Hi guys, please subscribe to my channel and like the video to support my project. And we are starting a new adventure. Today we will visit Palazzo Colonna in Rome. The Palazzo Colonna is located at the base of the Quirinal Hill. It was built on the ruins of an ancient Roman serapeum. It is believed that in the 12th century there was already a building and a castle in this area. This building belongs to the Colonna family. The Colonna are an ancient Roman family whose history began 900 years ago. The very first documented member of the family was Pietro Colonna, who lived between 1078 and 1108 in the countryside south of Rome, close to the town Colonna, from which the house derived its name. Palazzo Colonna is one of the oldest palace complexes in Rome. It was built in the 14th century. Descendants of the family still reside there. Different parts of the residence were built at different times. Because of this, there is a mixture of different styles of architecture. From the 14th to the 16th century, the castle was a family fortress. Pope Don Colonna, named Martin V, made it pontifical residence. Petrarch was a family friend. He took up residence in the Palazzo when he was in Rome and wrote sonnets to the family. Vittoria Colonna, a poet, was a muse to Michelangelo, who also often came to the palace. In 1527, during the attack on Rome by the troops of Emperor Charles V, the Colonna Palace was one of the few buildings not destroyed due to the good relations of the family with the Holy Roman Empire. In the 1600s, over the course of the 3 generations, the building was transformed into a large Baroque palace. Gian Lorenzo Bernini, Antonio del Grande, Carlo Fontana, and many others helped with their advice during the construction. In front of us is a small family chapel. An outstanding family played a significant role in the history of Italy. Among the members of the genus Colonna were scientists, poets, mayors, military leaders, senators, 22 cardinals, and Pope Martin V. He was elected in 1517. His worldly name was Don Colonna. On the tomb of Martin V is written, Temporum suorum felicitas, you were happy for your time. By the way, filming of the final scene of Roman holidays, where Princess Anne says goodbye to Joe forever, took place among the stunning interiors of Palazzo Colonna. In the halls of the gallery, we can see family art collections. The collection of paintings contain paintings of Italian and foreigner artists of the 15th, 18th centuries. The throne hall is dedicated to Don Colonna, the Pope and descendant from the Colonna family, who was selected pontiff on November 1417, in the days of San Martin, whose name he issues becoming Martin V. During his pontificate until 1431, Martin V constantly lives in the Colonna Palace, so it has become the seat of his papal throne for 10 years. If you noticed, the throne is turned to the portrait of the Pope. This is done because it was intended for the visits of the popes who, until 1870, periodically visited the palaces of ancient patrician families. Hall of the Apotheosis of Martin V, which was so named after the large canvas in the center of the ceiling by Benedetto Lupi, depicting the presentation in heaven of the Pope of the Colonna family. This room houses a famous masterpiece by Annibale Carracci, The Bean Eater, and it depicts the foot of a 16th century peasant. This hall is called the Hall of Landscapes, named after the many landscapes paintings by Gaspard Duguay. On one side is a large ivory cabinet, the work of the German brothers Steinhardt, with images of saints from the Old and New Testaments, and with a copy of Michelangelo's Last Judgment from the Sistine Chapel in the center. On the opposite side is a cabinet of sandwood and precious stones. The head of the gallery and the most beautiful place there is the luxurious Great Hall, designed for large celebrations and receptions. The interior impresses with the splendor of the decor and design. The Great Hall of the Column Palace is very similar to the Versailles Hall of Mirrors. In the Great Hall there are 4 large mirrors painted by Mario De Fiori, Giovanni Stanchi and Carlo Maratta. On the steps of the Great Hall, we can see a cannonball that hit exactly this place in 1849, during the period of the Roman Republic. This cannonball was fired from the Janiculum Hill by French troops under the command of General Oudinot, who entered from the direction of the gates of St. Pancras to assist Pope Pius IX against the rebellious republicans, among whom were Mazzini, Armelini, and Safi, who occupied the historical center of Rome for several months. It was decided to leave Cannonball as it is. In the hall of the column of the battle, a ceiling fresco by Giuseppe Chiari depicts the presentation of Marcantonius to the Virgin Mary in Paradise. The hall is named after the red marble column located in the center of the room, a reference to the family coat of arms. The relief of the column represents ancient Roman military scenes. This place is called the Pio Pavilion. It's dedicated to Princess Donna Svieva Colonna. In 1932, she married to Spanish Prince Don Alfonso Pio Falco. Now we are in Cornucopia Hall. Sitting in this hall and in the following one, Hall of the Baldachin, decorated in the late 16th century. Here we can see the portrait of Princess Sveva Colonna Pio. It is depicting her at the age of 25 together with her dog named Whiskey. In antiquity, this entire area was the remains of the ruins of a grandiose temple dating back to the 3rd century AD. It was called the Temple of the Sun, the Temple of Serapis. According to recent studies, it is considered the temple of Septimus Severus, dedicated to Hercules and Dionysus. In 1710, Philip II Colonna commissioned the architect Alessandro Specchi to build bridges that would connect the palace with the garden. Here we see ancient statues and pots of citrus fruits that frame the cascades of water. Here we can see Roman sarcophags preserved from the time of the Roman temple. Also from here is a stunning view of the city. We are in the apartment of Princess Isabel Colonna. Isabel was from a family of Byzantine origin. She married Prince Marcantonio. The princess died in 1989, and the apartment look today as they did during her lifetime. In this apartment, the princess received Queen Elizabeth. And this is an old baby cradle. This is a painted night clock. A silent mechanism rotates the number illuminated from the inside by a candle. There is a secret passage in the wall. That's all for today. I thank you for your attention. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video. And see you in the new interesting places.